Well, reports of tensions between the U.S. president and one of his former top confidants have exploded into public view. Since leaving the White House last week, Elon Musk has come out against Donald Trump's major spending bill, sparking this response from Trump today.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised because you were here. Everybody in this room practically was here as we had a wonderful send-off. He said wonderful things about me. You couldn't have nicer. Said the best things. He's worn the hat. Trump was right about everything. And I am right about the great, big, beautiful bill.
Musk then took to his social media platform, X, to say, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems will control the House, and the Republicans will be 51-49 in the Senate. Trump, on his social media platform, responded with this. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. All caps, exclamation point. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Musk then responded with some very personal and very provocative accusations against President Trump. For more on all of this, I'm joined by David Graham, a staff writer for The Atlantic. David, there are always interesting and surprising days in the Donald Trump presidency, and boy, this is near the top of the list. This falling out has felt inevitable for a while, just given the nature of the two men. What do you make of what we're seeing today?
It's interesting. People were predicting this kind of falling out basically from the moment that they aligned themselves. And it's taken a lot longer, I think, than many people expected. But what it lacked in timeliness, it has certainly delivered in power. I have never seen anything like this, and I can't think of any analog for it in American political history.
The headline of the piece you've written for The Atlantic today is Elon Musk goes nuclear. He is sort of retweeted things that talk about calling for an impeachment of Donald Trump. He said some inflammatory and libelous things about the president that we're not really repeating on television because of the unsubstantiated nature of them. Where do you think this goes, and what are the consequences of this for the president? Because X has become such a playground for his supporters.
It's such an interesting situation because I think they both have points. Musk is right that Trump is abandoning the kind of fiscal discipline that he promised. He's right that he threatens to cause a recession. Trump is right that Musk knew about the bill and has had plenty of time to talk about it, and that this appears to be either him being upset about being pushed out of the White House or being upset about mandates, EV mandates being abandoned, maybe a little bit of both. But it certainly isn't any way to run a government. I think it shows why it's been so dangerous to have Musk in the position he is. In the immediate term, I think it is a danger to Trump's bill to have somebody as prominent as Musk with a platform like X out campaigning against the bill is a threat to Trump, which is why after a few days of trying to kind of keep quiet on this and let it lie, Trump clearly felt compelled to speak up today. In the long run, it's hard to know, but Musk has been such an important force in the Republican Party the last couple of years and such an important funder that if he really does defect, that could hurt Republicans.
But, what's interesting about Musk is he has a platform and a megaphone. Like, we have two billionaires, one of them the richest man in the world, depending on the day, taking shots at each other on their own social media platforms as they sort of like unravel the secrets of how things were working inside government to some degree and just cause this feud inside sort of the mega base. It sounds ridiculous to say that they're falling out over the one big, beautiful bill, but such as 2025. Does this affect Trump's operations? Because Musk was in there running Doge and doing the cuts. Does all of that start to get undone now, do you think, or where does this go?
It seems like a lot of Musk's work had kind of run its course. And one reason I think Trump pushed him out is he felt like Musk was no longer a political asset. Doge wasn't really making progress. It had gotten some bad headlines. So in that sense, I'm not sure it makes an immediate effect. But I think it's a problem for Trump. It's also a problem for Musk. Musk is talking about pulling back from government contracts. That could hurt both himself and also the U.S. space program. There's all these places where they've intertwined each other. And it's hard to know what it looks like when you have two guys who are so personally intertwined and have been exerting such personal force on government, I don't think we know what it looks like to take that apart.
Well, there's already been some cost for Elon Musk, it seems, because he took a huge financial hit because of this feud. Shares of Tesla fell 14%, wiping out $152 billion in value. That's its biggest market drop ever. And the company has now slipped below the $1 trillion benchmark in terms of its market cap value. But a 14% slide, David Graham, because of a day of back and forth with the president. I mean, that's real money getting lost there.
That's right, and it comes after losses for months for Musk's companies, including Tesla. So he seems to have lost value by associating himself with Trump, and now he's losing it by dissociating himself, which shows what a gravitational pull Trump is exerting right now on all aspects of American culture, I guess.
When you just as a final point, David Graham, when you said if Musk were to defect, I mean, it seems like the partnership with Trump could be over. But do you see a world where his money flows to the Democrats potentially? Because that seems like it might be a bridge too far. But America never ceases to surprise us up here in Canada. I mean, what do you think might happen there when you talk about defection?
Even in the last few days, I've seen some sort of centrist liberal pundits arguing that Democrats should try to embrace Musk, that anybody who can attack Trump and with that kind of megaphone and that kind of money is somebody who they should ally themselves with. I think that's a little bit hard to imagine given the things that Musk has said. But we've seen Musk turn on a dime before. He described himself as a pretty consistent Democrat before a couple of years ago. And then he was Mr. MAGA. So we'll see what kind of chapter he decides to try to write next, I guess.
David Graham, staff writer for The Atlantic. His latest chapter was Elon Musk Goes Nuclear. Appreciate the time, sir. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.